Say you were really keen to bake a cake one Saturday afternoon. So you're gathering up the ingredients. You've got the eggs, sugar and butter, but you have no flour. Would the cake still work? No, because the recipe calls for all these ingredients. They all have a role in the baking of a cake. The Bible says, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. Now if the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. Is it enough to just go to church on a Sunday? Rob Bell said, is church a building? Like an hour once a week? No, church is people. People whose hearts are beating more and more like God's. How can the church be people? The church we know is the building, but the Bible seldom mentions church as a building. Let's say you found some flour so you can now bake the cake. What happens then if your oven is broken? There is no way for the cake to grow. Just as if you attend church but are not involved, how are you to use gifts God has given you? We have unique spiritual gifts that are all necessary in the church. Spiritual gifts such as leadership, administration, teaching, hospitality, and evangelism, to name a few. Each gift is equally important to the church. We cannot neglect one part for another part because they are all from God. The Bible also says there are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them and in every one, it is the same God at work. So what do we need to do to be truly involved in church? Luke writes in Acts how the early church looked. It says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and prayer. Luke even writes that they were always together and had everything in common. Does that sound like your version of church? Do you have everything in common with the people in your congregation? Luke goes further to say, every day they continued to meet together. They had meals together, they spent time together in the temple courts. They truly lived their lives together. They were in constant fellowship. But when I triple my feet, look at the ground, the words are written in the dust. When I'm shaking my hips, look for the swing, the words are written in the air. How do we do this in the modern church? The first thing is to establish fellowship with God. For joint fellowship with God is the best fellowship we can have with each other, the church. Words can never make up for what you do. Get involved in small groups, get to know each other, share with these people. live life together with these people, just as the early church in Acts did. We need to help the community, the people in need. Acts 2 says, they sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. They also enjoyed meals together in their homes, with glad and sincere hearts, praising God. Paul's letter to the Philippians writes that if you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from his love, if any common sharing in the Spirit, if any tenderness and compassion, then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and of one mind. Fellowship starts and ends with God. In our fellowship, we should be building each other up, helping each other to be the church. What is the point of going to church if all you are doing is sitting there? We are called to serve and to use our spiritual gifts. So why are we just a body warming a seat in church when we are clearly called to serve?
I don't wanna be seen, touched, hurt, bothered by the fellas who got the look in the eye. They wanna take me home without knowing my name. They wanna put me on, but do they not know is that I'm not like the others. And everybody's dancing.
Serve wholeheartedly, as if you were serving the Lord, not people. Ephesians 6:7.
For me, and everybody's drinking. I don't want to. Everybody's using. I don't need more. Everybody's floating. I don't want to. Everybody but me, and everybody's drinking. I don't want to. Everybody's using. I don't need more. Everybody's floating. I don't want to. Everybody but me, and everybody's drinking. I don't want to. Everybody's using. I don't need more. Everybody's floating. I don't want to. Everybody but me.
The church is people who want to serve God. Since you are eager for gifts of the Spirit, try to excel in those that build up the church. 1 Corinthians 14:12. Which part of the cake are you? Or are you a missing ingredient? Let's use our gifts to build up the church for God. We all want the same thing.